Okay, let me say this to you. In Revelation 13:18. And whoever, like all who have worshipped it, whoever's name was not written in the Lamb's book of life before the foundation was slain. Okay? Man cannot send you to hell. Nobody on this earth can send you to hell. If you go to hell, you go to hell because of your own decisions, your own sins cause you to go to hell. Okay? Now, this is a response video to a reaction video to Myles McClendon. Okay, brother, you had a good video of 2020 at the end of 2020. That was a good video, bro. I like what you said right there. But then your second video, when you said that you saw the devil and JayZ on your way to hell, that's why I have to check you. You're wrong for that, brother. JayZ is not going. It can't cause anybody to go to hell. JayZ can't send nobody to hell. You need to stop again. Once again, you fell for the trap. You found it in your heart that you see that everybody you don't probably seen multiple videos of people talking against JayZ that's getting max views. So you went right along with them. Okay, you are no different than G. Craig Lewis, who, by the way, notice you don't see if you don't see no more truth about hell out because G. Craig Lewis is somebody who's fake. That man that got exposed many a times, primarily by Seiko Woods, who was used to be a member of his church. And there's a lot of people who came out and exposed G. Craig. Okay, G. Craig Lewis just used these people's names to profit from it, make thousands of dollars from it, while he himself has not reached out to neither one of them. Even Kirk Franklin has actually said it in an open statement in an interview. He's never had a conversation with me at all about my music and what I was doing wrong. No, Myles, I can't let you talk about JayZ like that. Okay, because it's 2021 now. You're 34 years old. What happened to Fade to Black? That was like the Black album was 2003. Okay, that's what Fade to Black was based on. That was over 20 years ago. You gotta let that go. Okay, just say you got the lyric, but don't use JayZ's name in it, because at the end of the day, Myles, JayZ did not tell you to go smoke a blunt. You did. Okay, and I'm gonna tell you that right now, for everybody's watching it. Back then, before these dispensaries came, people was all weed was not good weed. All weed wasn't natural weed. People were smoking weed laced with all kinds of stuff like angel dust. Okay, so now it looks to me, if you say it means you was doing some weed that's laced with some other drugs. You was doing actual drugs. You got people that lace their weed with crystal meth. You got some people that lace it with acid. Shrooms can also be inhaled, which hallucinate. You was hallucinating, especially for if you smoke it for the first time. It's gonna hit you harder than everybody else. Now I'm gonna tell you right now. I've been cleaning up weed for 8 years. I'm 8 years clean of any blunt. I ain't smoked marijuana in 8 years. All right. I've not done an edible in over 4 years. Okay. I'm completely done with marijuana. All right. I used to be a pothead more than you have. I was a pothead for 5 years, from the time I was 19 years old all the way to, I'm gonna say, 25 years old. Yeah, in between 25 26 years old. Okay. I done smoked every kind of weed you could think of. Keith, indica, um, perp, sour diesel. I've done all of that. Okay. But as many times I smoked, as many times I've been listening to music with my friends, my homies. And one of my homies, Martell, he was a big JayZ Rock Nation fan. JayZ and Kanye was one of his two biggest artists. We never seen anything come out of JayZ. We never been hallucinating like that at all. There was no snake going inside JayZ at all in Fade to Black. I don't know what you were seeing, man, but you have no business. Again, JayZ wasn't talking to you. Those were the demons talking to you. A demon made you see that, not JayZ. And let me tell y'all this now, because you Christian, this is the problem with people of Christianity. You only take bits and you don't read and listen to the whole thing. Y'all gotta listen to the lyrics. Now, let me clear up that Lucifer song. In the actual Lucifer song, the hook goes, Lucifer, the son of the morning, I'm going to chase you out of earth. Myles, let me repeat that again. You need to go back and listen to the whole song. Go look at the lyrics. Don't look at the song, look at the lyrics. In the hook of that song, he says, Lucifer, son of the morning, I'm going to chase you out of earth. And the first song that started says, JayZ says, God forgive him. He got them dark forces in him. So he's talking about God, please forgive him, have mercy on his soul. He know not what he does. Because he's talking about people in the hood have to kill and do all this, sell all his drugs just to make it and survive. Remember, this is JayZ who came from the Marcy Projects, Myles. This is a man who had to survive in a one-parent household. All he had was his mom and his sisters. He had to do what he had to do to help his mom take care of his 3 other sisters. That man didn't really have proper guidance like that. The hood is all he knows. But for you to go on this video, talk about your experience, how you got come to Christ, and try to say that you saw the devil in JayZ. First of all, man, all music and hip hop ain't satanic. Everybody not on the same agenda at all. Again, I'm tired of people who are Christian using their faith to go against this man. JayZ has done nothing to you at all. Nothing. And JayZ has also said it that I'm a believer. He said this more than once. You see, you don't know where all this satanic stuff coming from. Now, let me tell you something, Myles, and you need to know this. There's the agenda out to destroy JayZ. There have been people, because JayZ's a billionaire, and he's been around the game longer than most other rappers. There have been people who are trying to destroy that dude. Primarily people from other labels. Trying to destroy this man's image. When he married Beyonce, they got jealous of that. And let me clear Beyonce. Beyonce was never a whore. She was never whoring around or nothing like that. Before Beyonce married JayZ, she was going with another dude in Texas that she was engaged to. A man that was a banker. This was another brother in Texas. But the reason why the brother in Texas broke up with her, because he couldn't handle that lifestyle of her always going on the road all the time. This was her Destiny Child days. And matter of fact, when Beyonce did the movie Fighting Temptations, which is a gospel movie starring Cooper Gooding Jr., and her as the co-star, that movie was based on her life when she was young. Okay? Matthew knows her father who managed her and her sister, Callie, Michelle, and even LaToya Lucker when she was part of the group. He kept that, he grew that woman up in the church. Beyonce was raised in the church starting off. So again, I'm clearing up all these rumors. Myles, you basically do what every other typical YouTuber doing to get views and attention. Go at JayZ. Blame JayZ for everything. Accuse him of being Illuminati. Accuse this man of being a devil. It's getting freaking old. Damn, brother, you gotta cut that video out. Because JayZ ain't doing nothing wrong. In the last 10 years, JayZ has done a lot of good things in his community, for the black community, for black people. This was the same man who was riding out with Colin Kaepernick when he took that knee. And when boycott, and JayZ, and when Colin Kaepernick said, when Spike Lee said let's boycott the NFL because what happened to Kaepernick, JayZ was right on the front lines. But JayZ took the NFL deal to try to give black people a better way in. This man also put money into the Players Coalition, and he's the reason why the NFL is playing the Negro National Anthem, which is something that was never done in the last 55 years until he took over the entertainment and made that deal. So how could somebody like that be evil, Myles? Again, you can't blame JayZ for you going to hell when you smoking that weed. You can't blame JayZ for hanging out with people you had no business hanging out with in the first place. Now you straight said in the first part of the video that you was dancing uncontrollably. So you didn't even have, when you were dancing, you didn't have JayZ even playing. So don't blame that on him. Okay? That just means you should have never been doing drugs in the first place. Don't get me wrong, all weed ain't bad weed. There's some weed that's actually natural. But you got people who contaminate their weed. Certain individuals who buy their weed will take out the stems and mix some other stuff in there. So, brother, it sounds like you were doing some stuff other than weed. You might have been doing acid. You might have been doing angel dust. You might have been doing coke, whatever it is. So, yeah, you could mix coke in there too, man. That make you hallucinate. Or not even coke. It could have been some other stuff in there, like oregano. Okay? This is what you gotta understand, man. All weed ain't good weed. You got some people that mix what's called the roaches. The roaches is stuff like this, the last of the blunt. They put the last of the blunt and they mix it in with another blunt. So when you smoke two type of weed put together, that results in a powerful concoction in your mind. And what weed does do, it does stimulate your talents. It stimulates the parts of your brain that you use. Okay, it does activate your talent senses. Okay, because Wayne has even stated this already before when he smokes. So the fact that you want to draw, that was something you wanted to do, you loved to do. Okay, JayZ did not activate for you. You did. You saw it in your mind that you love to draw. That was something in your mind that you've been wanting to do. You just didn't have the nerve to do it until you saw that. So no, Myles, for you to be using God to go against JayZ, that's wrong. You're using God's name in vain. That's not how God is a forgiving God. God is a loving God. Again, you gotta forgive that man and move on. You should have did it, and you should talk about something else. Talk about JayZ and use him as a testimony. No, brother, you go along with the program. You're wrong for that, and I can't go along with that. And again, man, this is why I gotta do this response video. I don't hate you. I'm not trying to start beef with you. I gotta treat you the same way I treat everybody else. Like G. Craig Lewis and everybody else. Dude, you're wrong for that. Because Myles McClendon, ask yourself, why is JayZ still around? JayZ is over 50-something years old. He's in his 50s. This man been in the game since 94. Why did he outlive Biggie, Tupac, Eazy-E, Left Eye Prodigy, Pimp C, okay, ODB? Why did he outlive all these rappers? That's what you got to ask yourself, Myles. Why is he still here if he really that wicked of a person? And the man's really using witchcraft. Don't you know this man would have been gone a long time ago? But again, JayZ has said multiple times, I'm not a devil worshiper. I believe in God. I just don't believe in religion because it's a way to separate us, which it is. Again, brother, what's going to see you in hell is not being in the Lamb's Book of Life, which I just stated earlier in this video. Revelation 13:18. Again, brother, you need to read the Bible. You're not reading the Bible. You're just going off the top. No, no, And even then, let me clear up another lie you told. In Fade to Black don't start off with him talking about how he got what he got to do for what he got to do on the show. It starts off with Michael Buffer introducing JayZ. Okay, in Madison Square Garden. That's what JayZ had the Fade to Black concert. That's based on the making of the Black album. Okay, was there none of that going on? What you talking about? Why would Mary J. Blige be worshiping JayZ? JayZ has never once called himself a god at all. Jehovah is just a gimmick name. That's a nickname for him. It's a gimmick. JayZ has acknowledged that there's a God above him on multiple songs. Again, Myles, why don't you go look at Freemason? When JayZ says, they know what to do with me, so they put the devil on me. Rumors of Lucifer. I don't know who to trust. So he's talking about people like you who use your platform to go at him and accuse him of something he ain't a part of. No, this man ain't no devil worshiper at all. That's retarded. I'm sorry I gotta say this, but it's the truth. He ain't a devil worshiper. Because if he is, this man would have been gone early. That man would have been going at 23, 24, 25. That man would have been going before the Blueprint 2 came out. So again, y'all got to stop it, man. Y'all got to stop using religion. Stop using God's word to cast judgment on JayZ. After everything this man has done, right? And let me tell you, Myles, JayZ ain't with the agenda like all these other rappers. He ain't talking about the same stuff Tekashi 69 been talking about. He ain't talking about the same type of stuff Tay Grizzly is talking about. He ain't talking about the same type of stuff Bobby or Smyrna or even Kodak Black are rapping about. He ain't with none of that. And JayZ's from 444, even the cars that he did with his wife Beyonce, those were positive albums. The very last project he did was Black is King. Myles was talking about our black ancestry. That they did that video based that movie based in Africa. Okay? It's just like when Chadwick Boseman did the Black Panther. Everybody was excited about that movie because it showed black people about where they come from, right? It shows you what things could have been had we not got colonized. Again, Beyonce and JayZ was on some educational stuff. They was some black empowerment. They're all about giving our black people hope, man. Telling them ways that they can make it and they can survive. Okay? That's why JayZ and Beyonce are billionaires. They got God on their side, obviously. Even though American Gacy has a song called Pray For Me, where Beyonce says on one of the hooks, God is my defense. Again, no weapon formed against JayZ gonna prosper, Myles. Again, Myles, you acting just like any typical YouTuber. Instead of going to JayZ, you should have talked about something else. Because don't just talk about JayZ's name when there's worse artists you can bring in to the mix. There's rappers who've done far worse than JayZ. Again, this is JayZ who's donated millions of dollars, man, to a lot of black foundations. Not just Black Lives Matter. He's donated money to the NAACP. He's basically put money into going against these officers that's been brutalizing our people innocently. Again, Myles, I can't get down with that, brother. I can't stand with you with that. I can't subscribe to you. After that, I can't, man. That's sad. No, if you go to hell, you can't bring JayZ's name on it or anybody else on earth. If you go to hell, you're going to go to hell by yourself. God going to show you why you go to hell. You can't blame him at all. And if you read your Bible, you understand that. All right? If we go to hell, we're going to hell by ourselves. Ain't going to be nobody else around us but the devil right in front of us laughing at you, saying how stupid you are for being down there with him. Myles, I use my platform to try to bring peace. Because I hate when I see another black person like you going at another successful black man. Because it brings out your jealousy. It brings out your envy. Okay? You got, because I looked on your channel, brother. I really did. Most of your videos are not talking about God. You got other videos. You got a Green Thumb playlist, and then you got your children's playlist on it, because you obviously got kids. But most of the videos are not talking about God except for the last video you put out. But to go at JayZ, man, no. That's sad. JayZ turned his life around. He's not in the streets no more. He ain't talking about the same stuff. This man got a wife and 3 kids he's raising. Okay? Leave that man alone. No, that video was out of line, brother. That's not the will of God. That's just you in the flesh. That was your flesh talking. Okay? It's one thing to tell people about how you came to God, but you were smoking weed. Again, you smoked multiple blunts that the whole time before you was even listening to JayZ. Even when you went to your homies, your friend's house, right? You was smoking weed. That's not his fault. Like you was going to knock on that woman's door for singing. Why would you just go on somebody's random person's door and knock on somebody's door you don't even know? No, the weed caused you to hallucinate. JayZ did not cause you to hallucinate. The drugs did that. Okay? That's why they call it drugs. Myles. Again, I'm tired of y'all going at JayZ. Y'all owe JayZ apology. And let me also clear it up. That Lucifer song backwards, JayZ didn't do that song backwards. If you play any song backwards, it's not going to sound, you're not going to hear nobody talking a complete sentence. That's stupid. That's all rumors. Okay? Y'all need to go do your research. The video's out there. Okay? There are videos of people proving JayZ is innocent. Okay? No. All you did, Myles, was you found out a way that you could capitalize because you figured that talking against JayZ, accusing JayZ of the devil, accusing him of being satanic can get you max views. Because there's an agenda out here to destroy these artists' image. Because again, Myles, I know why white people are doing it. I've had to check other YouTubers like Hacking the Headlines and Vision Christian, who are two Caucasian YouTubers who are Christian just like you, who felt the nerve. They want to use God's name. They want to put imagery and make people believe that these people are evil, which it really wasn't. And now both of those channels got removed. Hacking the Headlines already got like 2 of her channels shut down. Vision Christian's no longer on here. And that's the same man who talked about Drake's son during his beef with Pusha T. That had nothing to do with God. And now he got a channel taken away. Again, Myles, God don't like ugly at all. If you're going to talk about God, but leave JayZ's name out of it. Every rapper ain't doing no evil stuff. They ain't doing this satanic stuff. They're not with that nonsense. You got positive artists like Wyclef Jean, Kendrick Lamar, J. Cole. Okay? You got even Public Enemy was talking about some real stuff. Okay? You got you got plenty of other positive rappers, right? They ain't with this nonsense. Okay? Look at YBN Cordae. He's another one that's positive. All right? He ain't with the nonsense. He ain't with this agenda of talking about sex, money, and drugs, and talk about Percocet and pills. He ain't doing none of that nonsense. And that's a young artist. Okay? Even Triple X Tentacion had Pals of Music that wasn't being promoted because they want his depression stuff out there. Okay? And Triple X was somebody who was trying to turn his life around. He encouraged his fan base to basically go out there, write down their goals, be positive, talk about love before he died. Okay? So again, every artist ain't bad people. I've been around plenty of them, bro. In my background, I have a background of managing artists and music. I've produced music before. I worked at one of the most historic hotels. When I worked for the Queen Mary, I was around a lot of celebrities. I talked to quite a few of them. They just normal people like you and I. A lot of them ain't thinking about the devil. There's a lot of them that was raised to worship God anyway. Like Wayne has also told you I have a relationship with God. Wayne is not a demon. Bro, look what happened to Nipsey Hussle. Nipsey was getting ready to release the Dr. Sebi video, telling you how you could avoid diabetes, AIDS, and cancer through your mucus, clean out your mucus cells, right? Nipsey also had the answer. He was getting ready to bring peace between the Bloods and the Crips in California. He's getting ready to bring peace between officers. That's why he got killed, because nobody want to see white people come together and have peace. JayZ has spoken about peace more than once. So how can somebody like that be evil? No, brother, it's 2021. You're 34 years old. You got to act better than this. It sounds like that, what you did, that last week you did, was a desperate attempt to try to get more views. Because you know that talking about these artists and accusing them of being the devil, leading you to hell, is what's going to get you famous. No, I can't let you do that. I can't let you get famous off JayZ's expense. Y'all need to cut it out. And that goes for all other Christian people. Leave JayZ alone. JayZ ain't the cause for your problems. Okay? There's God, then there's the devil. Again, Myles, has it occurred to you that maybe the devil is making you think like that? Or made you think like that? Because many times that I've been high, looking at JayZ, I ain't never saw none of that going. He was not doing this on Fade to Black. That's a lie. You just over-procrastinating, trying to make some stuff up to make him look more evil. No, you can't do that, man. You got to act more intelligent than that. God did not tell you to do that video. You did it on your own because, again, it's popular. Again, you follow along with the trend. People been claiming JayZ is a devil worshiper for years, yet he's still here. So why is he still here? That's what y'all need to ask yourselves. Why is JayZ still here and still on TV every single year? That's what you got to ask yourself. That means he must be doing something right and something positive. No, brother, JayZ is somebody who turned his life around. You can't be talking about JayZ like that no more in 2021. You can't. Okay? Fade to Black was way back in 2003, 2004. That was over 20 years ago. Let that go. No. What it is, you need to ask God for forgiveness for that weed you were smoking. JayZ did not tell you to smoke a blunt. You did. JayZ did not tell you to start dancing like that. You did. The drugs made you do that. JayZ did not send you to hell. You was going to send yourself to hell. So again, if you do something wrong, you can't be blaming somebody else. Because that makes you look low down and despicable. Okay, that's not honorable, brother. So I'm only telling this because I care about you. You look like a smart brother. But you talking about JayZ like that in that way, that's not using your brain. That makes you fall on the crowd with everybody else. Just because everybody else do it don't mean you start doing it. You know, it sounds like you letting all these views get to your head. Now you're acting arrogant and cocky. Again, brother, there's other ways to get your point across. No, you can't talk about JayZ that's actually doing things that other rappers are not doing. These young rappers ain't doing what he's doing. JayZ is giving way too much money. He's done way too much for our black people for you to be doing a video like that. Y'all gotta stop using Christianity in that way. Again, brother, I'm different. I don't talk about somebody and accuse them of the devil just because I've seen somebody else doing it. No. If you felt you got led to hell, then that's on you. But that's not JayZ's fault. Because at the end of the day, JayZ wasn't there when that happened. He wasn't in the same household as you. He was not in the same college dorm as you neither. Okay? No, y'all gotta stop misinterpreting people's lyrics. Y'all need to actually understand. Y'all don't understand lyrics, man. Y'all don't. Y'all need to stop taking bits and parts of stuff you don't want to read. That's the other issue too. If y'all gonna read the Bible, y'all gotta read the whole Bible, the entire Bible. Stop just reading certain things that y'all want to take. Like people read Revelation, and they don't like the last book of life, the Revelation 13:18. Most of these people, YouTube, are not reading that. No, that's what's gonna get you out. That's what's gonna see the hell. Not being in the last book of life, Myles. And once that you mentioned that at all in that video, so that's not his fault. Again, can't nobody ever send you hell. Only God is the only one that can actually send somebody to hell, and that's for not obeying Him, not reading His word, not telling others about Christ. Okay, but you can't be using God's word to go against somebody and call somebody evil. No, JayZ ain't sending nobody to hell. You're gonna send yourself to hell for basically doing things that you're not supposed to be doing. That's not his fault. JayZ is just minding his own business. Okay? JayZ ain't blatantly influenced you to go do something. You doing it on your own. Again, now you gotta take responsibility for your own actions. That's a part about being a Christian. It's owning up to your own mistakes. You smoked that blunt, so you smoking a blunt that was probably not even pure weed. It's probably mixed with something else, and that caused you to hallucinate. Okay? And I'm only doing this because your subscribers, your viewers gotta know something right now. They gotta understand something. You can't be using God's name and using somebody else as a testimony that didn't do nothing wrong. Again, in the last 10, 15 years, JayZ has done too much positive things, right? He's not a devil worshiper. He never was a devil worshiper. He ain't worshiping the devil. That man believes in God like you and I, Myles McClendon. So anyways, man, that's the video, man. Again, I'm not trying to start no beef. I'm not trying to talk down on you. This is just giving my criticism more than an opinion. And it's facts. I've done my own research. I talk to plenty of artists and rappers, okay? They're just normal people like you and I, but they work very hard for their music. And a lot of them ain't encouraging nobody to be like them. Nobody wants somebody to copy them. No. JayZ ain't trying to send nobody to hell. JayZ, and those albums from the Black Album, Reasonable Doubt, those albums based on his life and his story and what he went through when he's in the streets. But since then, the man changed. He ain't doing that same type of music no more. Okay? Yeah, man, somebody can change. You got to forgive these people, move on. But to talk about use him in your video and say he sent you to hell, I know. Can't nobody send you to hell. The devil will cause you to hell to put things in your mind and do something. Just like the devil make you think JayZ sent you to hell, which it isn't. Okay? No, that's not how you preach the word of God. Okay? And folks, man, for those who believe in the faith like I do, read your Bibles. Read all the Bible. Don't just take bits and parts of it. Read everything. Okay? Because when we stand before that judgment seat, we're going to get judged individually. We can't bring somebody else. We can't say JayZ led us to hell, which he didn't. Because God not going to blame JayZ for you going to hell. He's going to blame you and you alone. Just like God gonna blame me for my problems and my issues. Okay? When I stand before him. So I'm just telling you that now. Get God for yourself. Don't go along with somebody else, Myles. Because you sound like every other typical YouTuber. Because this video should have been done 3-4 years ago. Okay, why are you just getting on YouTube now talking about it? It sounds like you trying to get you trying to get YouTube money, like everybody else. You trying to get a certain amount of views so you can get money. That's what it sounds like. This sounds like a desperate attempt to try to get rich off somebody else's name. Because you see everybody else doing it. It sounds like a hustle. You can't use God like that to try to hustle the people, and then you spreading lies. That's not even true. Okay? If you go back and listen to Fake the Black, most of the stuff that Myles has told you for the people that's listening to the video is not even true. That's not what went down in Fake the Black in the way he's describing. But again, I don't know. I was around him in 06, but I'm just telling you from what I seen, I didn't see no snake going across no JayZ. That's him. That's his mind hallucinating. That man was doing drugs. The drugs caused him to hallucinate. Okay? The drugs was going to send him to hell, not JayZ. So I'm just clearing it up now. Man, folks, that's the video, man. As always, stay blessed, stay tuned. As always, I'll see you soon.